Hey, that light is super bright. Hold on, let me fix. There we go. Better? Better. Okay, so I did a Valentine's look the other day, and I promised to replicate it, do it again live for you and show you how I did it. And I love it. It's my favorite. I've been playing around with Valentine's looks all week to kind of decide what I like, what I wanted to try, and I love this one, so I thought I would do a live on it again and show you how I did it. It's a really, really good one. It only takes just a couple of colors. You can use this process or technique that I'm going to use. You can do it with any other combo of colors. You can do it the same. I mean, there's literally thousands of ways to do this, depending on what your favorite colors are. But I am going to use Bend and Snap right here, Hija right here, and then Bend and Snap, Hija, and As If, which is this one. It's kind of hard to tell through the camera how purple it is, but it's like a really, really true purple, like a LA Laker purple. Purple, purple, purple. Was I pointing to the right one? This one. I don't know if I was pointing that one or not. It's really purple. I know it's hard to tell. And then I'm also going to use this pink Shitter Glimmer powder right here. It's called La La Land. So those 4 colors, any 4 colors that you decide to get, you can get a free compact with them. So that's really awesome. I've already primed my lid with my all over highlight color, and I'm just going to set that color. You can use a setting powder, you can use a sheer eyeshadow color, you can do whatever you want. I'm gonna use probably a sheer eyeshadow color. I'm just gonna tap my brush into just a plain sheer color. You can see that it's skin tone. And all I'm doing is setting that cream highlight color with a powder, so that the powder will bond to the cream, and that's what's gonna make my eyeshadow stay all day, and that's what's gonna keep it from creasing. I'm not gonna have hardly any fallout because the powders will bond to this powder that I'm applying here on top. And it also keeps my colors much more vibrant and true to color and true to like what they actually are in the tin on my eyes. So super easy. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Bend and Snap using my eyeshadow everything brush. Just pick up a little bit of that color, and I'm gonna go all over my lid with Bend and Snap. This is probably one of my must-have colors for everybody. It does not matter what your skin tone is. It doesn't matter what your eyelid color is. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous, pretty, pretty color for everybody. I love it. It's almost an everyday staple in my life. In fact, I have to kind of make myself not to use Bend and Snap. I love it that much. It's so pretty. It's just a really soft, has a tiny little bit of shimmer to it. It's just an understated kind of a pink / mauve color, like a really light mauve color. So it's not really pink, it's not really purple, it's just right in between, and it's so pretty. So, so pretty. And it would be pretty alone, all by itself. You can add just a little bit more to the outer corner here and deepen it if you want to, and just wear it all by itself. You can pair it with your contour color and keep it simple like that and wear it by itself always. I mean, there's just so many things you can do with Bend and Snap. It's a great accent color. It's great alone. All of our shadows are only $12 a piece, $12 per tin. You customize what you want according to what you'll use. And then of course you always get a free compact with a certain number of colored tins. Hey Lisa, hi guys. Any 4 eyeshadows will get you a square compact or a quad compact. Any 8 of anything will get you a hack stack compact. Any 10 will get you a mini double decker, and any 16 will get you a large double decker, all for free. You guys forgive my hair. Even though I'm doing my makeup, I'm going to the gym. So it's just kind of how my day worked out today. Hi Angela, hi beautiful. Hi guys. Hi Jen, hey Tiffany, hey Core. Hi everybody. Okay, Bend and Snap all over the lid. It doesn't have to be amazing. You don't have to be super careful with it. It's a light color. These colors blend so easily anyway. that it doesn't have to be, like, you don't have to be super, super careful with it. And so you can see that I wasn't. It's kind of a little bit messy up here and over here, and that's totally fine. That's okay. Then I'm gonna take my same eyeshadow everything brush. Actually, I'm not. I'm gonna take my blend and tap brush because it's probably my most favorite. This is our brand new eyeshadow brush. I love, love, love this brush. It has this kind of dense, thicker end. That's kind of hard to see. There, it's kind of thick and dense on this end. You can see it has a little bit of shadow on it from yesterday. And then this is more of a round end. This one is kind of like this way it's flat, this way it's wider, this way it's just round. This side is just round all the way. I love it. But I'm gonna take that wider flat side, tap it into my Hija, which is this fuchsia pink color. It's like really, really bright and amazing. I love it. And all I'm going to do with my blend and tap brush, I'm not gonna, this is why it didn't matter that that was a little bit messy. I'm gonna keep this one a little bit clean, and I'm gonna place this one only where I want it. Now I'm keeping my eye open while I'm tapping this color in, so that I can still see the color when my eyes are open. I have a little bit of a hooded eye, and if I were to close my eye and just do it in my crease, then I would have placed it just a little bit lower, and then when I open my eyes, you wouldn't be able to see it. So I want to make sure that you can see this color really well and not lose it while my eyes are open. And once I tap it in this spot, all I'm going to do is wait till I get it there, tap, 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 tap. Then when it's all placed, then I'm going to kind of feather it out really lightly. Now I'm just barely, I'm holding my brush at the very, very bottom so I have the least amount of control. That will give me a little bit of a softer blend, it'll allow the color to diffuse a little bit better. But then I'm also just barely touching my skin, touching my lid with this brush. I'm just lightly feathering it over right where I want it. So I'm, because I'm doing small strokes and barely touching my skin, I'm able to control where the brush goes, but because I'm holding it down at the bottom, it's still gonna give me a really, really soft, diffused blend that I don't have to, like if I were to hold it up here and push a little bit harder, then it would be really harsh, really stark, and then I would have to work a little bit more at blending it out and fading it. So just a couple of tricks to help you make your eyeshadow blend a little bit easier, a little bit smoother. Same thing on the other side. I'm gonna start with tiny little deposit here up in the top of the outer corner of my crease. And my brush is not moving over my skin. My brush is causing my skin to move. So you can see how my skin is moving, but my brush is not like sliding over across my skin. My brush is staying in the same spot. Right here, I'm just wiggling it and moving my skin so that it deposits the most amount of color right where I want it. And then I'm just kind of tapping just a little bit. And then once I did that, then I'll take it and I'll lightly, very, very lightly, so I'm almost not even touching my lid, just feather it down and feather it over. Super easy. Okay, and it can make it so pretty, but you still get all of that color deposited without making a huge mess. And then I'm gonna take that same brush, same color, I'm not gonna add any more onto my brush, and I'm just gonna pull it down underneath my lower lash line so that I have that same pop of color that's really just gonna finish my eye. The reason I do this is because we all have a tiny little bit of a shadow under our eyes anyway. And when that lower shadow matches the upper shadow, it makes it look like, instead of having tired eyes or like we didn't get enough sleep, or we are really stressed out, or we're really busy, instead of thanks, Lisa. Instead of trying to cover it, because it's natural, everybody has it and it's natural, instead of trying to cover it, which makes it look unnatural, if you will kind of blend it and accentuate it and brighten it a little bit with some color and some pop, then it makes it really pretty, and it brings your whole eye look together. So it's just a fun way to make the tired sleepiness not look like tired sleepiness. And that's awesome. Okay, so that was Hija. So far, Bend and Tap and Hija are the only two colors that I've used. My very first brush that I used, my eyeshadow everything brush that I used for my Bend and Snap, I'm gonna take that and I'm just gonna really lightly, like the lightest hand ever, It's barely, again, just like my last one, I'm just gonna take it and very lightly blend out this color, diffuse it just a little bit higher, right over the top of where I deposited it, just to make that transition a tiny bit softer. And if you want to, you are absolutely welcome to do this. You can take a neutral color, like I'll use that same neutral color that I placed all over my lid in the beginning, and go right above, and that'll help blend that transition, soften that transition a little bit more. Also, so you don't have to work so hard at your placement, you can afford to be a little bit messy with your placement, and you can afford to either get a little too much color or not enough color and then add to it or take away. You can blend it really, really easy if you will use a transition color to help that. So not too scary, not too bright, not too crazy, right? It's okay. I'm gonna go back to my blend and tap brush. I'm gonna flip it over to the other side. I'm gonna use this dome side, and I am going to use As If. So again, it's this really, really bright purple color right here. It's super, super purple, like purple. It's not like a shade of purple. It's not, I don't know how to describe it other than it's like definite total purple. So I'm going to kind of load my brush, get a lot on there. You can see how dark that is on there. Tap off any excess so I don't have an issue with any fallout. Once I press this onto my lid, because I'm pressing, I'm gonna have very, very little fallout, but because it's a powder, applying it onto my brush, because it's a powder, it's gonna transfer off of my brush, but what I place on my lid isn't gonna fall out, it's falling off from my brush. So just be aware that if you are dipping in a powder shadow, you wanna make sure that you tap it off and get any excess so that you don't have a huge fallout issue. So then this is going only out in this outer corner from my lash line up to my crease. And all I'm doing is stippling, and you can make this as heavy as you want. You can make it as light as you want. I'm gonna make it kind of a little bit heavy because I want the purple to show in this Valentine look. I want it to be a pink and purple Valentine look. Same thing, tap, and you can see I don't have any fallout under here because I tapped off the excess, because the shadow is so pigmented and it's so buttery smooth that I don't have fallout from my eyes to my cheek. The fallout that comes is from my brush, but if you tap off the excess, then you won't get any fallout issue. Okay, so you can see how purple that is. Crazy, yeah, super crazy. Back to my eyeshadow everything brush. This brush is like the very best blendy brush you will ever find in your life. It's amazing, it's awesome. I love this brush. It's especially fantastic when you use it to your advantage. The way I use it to my advantage is, again, holding it at the bottom and very, 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 very light pressure, if any at all, on my shadow placement. So I'll hold it as far down as I can. I'm gonna get down a little bit lower. And all I'm doing is tiny, tiny little circles from the outer corner in. I don't want to go in circles going outward, because then I'm going to get that diffused look that's coming farther and farther and farther away from my eye. I want to keep it right where I want it, and so I'm going to bring those circles towards the inside only for this purpose. Just such a light touch means that you can apply a lot and you can diffuse it really, really softly however you want it. Love. Hi, Michelle. I know, I love these too. It was so fun to do it yesterday. I did it yesterday just kind of playing around, and I was in a hurry. I had to go to my daughter's, she had like a parent meeting for driver's ed. We had to go to that and scare the dickens out of these teenagers and make sure they are responsible drivers. But anyways, I was playing around with it and I had to hurry and go to that, so I didn't get a chance to do it live, but I loved it so much and I got so many compliments on it that I thought, okay, I better do a tutorial on the look. And it's fun. I mean, right now it's fun to just kind of play around and see what you like. But this color combo is so much fun. See how easily these colors blend and diffuse out? So they're so fun to work with. They're so pretty. In fact, my other daughter, Kylan, she had a cheer competition this past weekend, and I was asked to do the girls' makeup for their competition. And the cheer advisor, she didn't want to use all of my products. So she said, you know, I'll just go to the grocery store and I'll get some colors and I'll provide the makeup, the eyeshadows for you to use on the girls. I was like, all right, I guess, if you have to. I mean, I was more than willing to to use my own artist kit and the products there, but she was feeling guilty about it. She didn't want to have to pay for what she had used, and it was a lot cheaper, she thought, to go get the colors from the grocery store. So she provided a compact with it was a smoky eye compact, and I tried it on the first couple of girls, and from the very second that I started it, I hated it because there was so much fallout. The colors were so chalky, and they didn't apply well, and they didn't blend well, and they weren't smooth, and they were everywhere. And it was a dark smoky eye for their cheer competition, and so these girls had black all over the place, all over their eyes, because this, I won't tell you what kind it was, but it was grocery store crap. It was awful. I hated it, and I refused to do it. So I made those two girls go and wash their faces, and we started over, and we used my mascara eyeshadows, and it was fast, it was easy, no fallout, they blended amazing, and the girls looked fantastic. They looked phenomenal, and they got second place out of 7 teams, which is amazing. They did so well, and they looked great, and they were all, they felt confident, and it was fun. It was just good. It was just fun. Okay, so that's that, okay? So I have Bend and Snap, Hija up here in the upper, and I actually probably am going to add just a little bit more Hija. I added kind of a lot more purple than I was anticipating, and so I want to get some of that Hija back into the crease here. So I'm just going to add just a tiny little bit more, just so you can see a little bit more of that pink. Just like that. Then I'll take my favorite blending brush, blend it out just slightly. This color combo kind of reminds me a little bit of Daisy Duck. Does it remind you of Daisy Duck? You know how her eyes, they're kind of like almondy, and then her eyeshadow is like the pink and purple? Kind of reminds me of Daisy Duck, which is great because I think Daisy Duck is pretty awesome. I love her. Okay, so then this is the trick. This is my NYX glitter primer. This is not regular eye primer. This is specific for glitter. And I love this stuff, and it works really, really, really well. I usually will take an extra old brush that I used to have. So I'm gonna use this one. This is like an e.l.f. brush, I think, probably. Yeah, this is an e.l.f. brush. And I'm just gonna tap a little bit of that primer. You can do it with your finger too. I have long fingernails, so it's a little bit harder for me to get my finger in the right place without poking myself in the eye or stabbing myself somewhere else. So I'm just gonna use just a dot of this eye primer, this glitter primer. I'm gonna place it, I'm gonna place it right where I want the glitter, which is going to be on the inner corner towards the apple of my eye. So you can see where that shimmer is right there. That's where the glitter is gonna go. Love it, love it, love it. Same thing on the other side. So just a tiny little dot. It does not take much at all. In fact, that was probably a lot for this little area. This stuff, I've tried a couple different glitter glues, and this NYX brand is my favorite. I really like this one. It's not too tacky, it's not sticky, and it doesn't get gross and clumpy in the bottle. It lasts a long time. A little bit goes a long, long way. I really like this, and it makes my glitters stay like crazy. Okay, so there's that. I let that set only for just a couple of minutes, not too long because I don't want it to dry up. But then I'm gonna take, this time I am gonna use my finger. I'm gonna take my finger into my La La Land, and I'll just press into it. I'm not really swiping, I'm just tapping my finger down and rubbing it back and forth, and you can see how much of that glitter it picks up, a lot. And then I just tap it right in that area. So easy to use, you guys. So easy. This is where my fingernails get in the way when I'm trying to get way into that inner corner. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, I love it. So pretty. I'm gonna bring it up just a tiny bit and kind of blend into that Hija. And then same thing on this side. When you use your finger, it makes the glitter stay a little bit more pigmented rather than losing some of it onto the brush. Anytime you're transferring a glitter onto well, it's a brush, so it has bristles, so it's not a solid surface. So an uneven surface like that, you're going to lose a lot of the pigment. But if you put it on your finger, which obviously is a solid surface, you're gonna be able to keep a lot of that pigment, if not all of it. And I've used most of it. I mean, there's a little tiny bit left on my finger, but not much. It's so pretty. I'm also gonna take and blend just a little more. Hi, Virginia Faye. And Be More. Hi, guys. Guys, it's so, so pretty. Okay, so now once you've applied your glitter, you want to do as little as possible. Like, you want to blend as little as possible. So I would recommend that you get everything blended really, really well before you do your glitter, because the more you kind of do this stuff that I'm doing right now that I'm telling you not to do, the more you do that after your glitter is applied, the more glitter fallout you're gonna have, because your brush is gonna loosen up the glitter and the glitter glue, because the glitter glue will dry. So you want to kind of keep it do as little as possible after you've applied that glitter shimmer, and you'll love it. I promise you'll love it. You guys, it's so pretty. I can't handle this. I can't handle how much I love these eyes. These colors, these Valentines, these perfect Valentine's colors. I'm gonna add just a little bit of color to my cheeks, add a little bit of color to my lips, and I'm gonna get fancy to go to the gym, which I think is hilarious, but you know, that's okay. I'm gonna do a little bit of a pink to match, so not a ton on my brush. Smile. Right on the apples of my cheeks. With my dahlia, which do not ever be afraid of dahlia. It's such a fun color. Whoops. Love me some dahlia for Valentine's Day. Hey, Dustin. Blend out my shadows a tiny bit. Add some mascara, which I have this mascara sitting right here. Not my favorite, but it's okay. My favorite is L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lash that I love. This one's okay. I don't like the wand. It gets bigger as it goes out, and you see how it gets wider at the end? That's so hard for me to use for whatever reason. The actual mascara I like, I just don't like the wand. You can see how I have just a tiny little bit of glitter fallout. It's because I was messing with it afterwards. So make sure you get your eyes blended really, really well before you add your glitter. There you go. Add just a little bit of bronzer. Bella bronzer is my favorite. I love Bella bronzer. Warm things up just a tiny bit. Blend it all out. Add your favorite lips and you're good to go. So much fun. So again, the colors that I used are, I need something on my lips, are Blend and Tap as my base. Hi, hey Taylor, thanks. Hi guys. What was I saying? Blend and Tap as my base after I primed. And I used a super, super neutral. Hey, aw, thank you. You guys are so sweet. I used a super, super neutral color to prime. Then I used Blend and Tap. You guys can see how crazy my hair is. I haven't done my hair today either. I'm telling you, gym. Okay, so Blend and Tap as my base. And then I used Hija in my crease. And then on my outer corner, I used As If, which is that bright, bright, sparkly, shimmery, shiny, purpley color. That's so much fun. And then La La Land glitter on the inside, and you can just blend it to your heart's content. It's so much fun. I love these colors. Such a fun Valentine's Day look. You can get any of these colors by going into the profile in my link and tapping on the shop now button, or shop mascara. I'm not sure what it says, the shop button. Let me know if you have any questions. If you need to be color matched, send me a message and I'll color match you. If you need anything for Valentine's Day, I have a lot of things in stock. I can get it to you right away. Let me know if you need anything, and you guys have a good day. And hopefully nobody makes too much fun of me going to the gym looking like Jim and the holograms. It should be okay, right? I hope it's okay. Look at this craziness. Yeah, it'll totally be fine. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, that's it, guys. Have so much fun, and I'll talk to you soon.